been requested, could I do it with no shadows today? Right, anyway, I just want to round off this Sandra make. So as you will good evening. I just wanted to show you, I'm just going to very quickly throw together a Christmas pudding. So it's a really simple recipe I'm going to share with you. So it's a Jocelyn, yeah, Jocelyn Dimbleby. Something to do with Sainsbury's, but anyway, I'm not quite sure why Dimbleby's are to do with Sainsbury's, but anyway, good standby recipe for many years, and we have a lot on our plate as usual. So rush. Anyway, so I'm going to share this with you, but just going to quickly run through what we've got. So I brought some stouts, which actually came from the old house. So I need to decant that. And then we've got the breadcrumbs, suet, cherries, mixed peel, spices, bit of alcohol, raisins, sultanas, currants, almonds, and that's and the 4 eggs. I think that's pretty much it. Is there some sugar in there somewhere? I mean, I have sugar anyways, yeah, so I'll check. Anyway, so I'm going to put all that together quite soon. It's going to weigh all the ingredients, lob them in a bowl, and then I'm going to steam it for approximately 6 hours. Not necessarily all in one go, but I'll get it started tonight and then see how we get on. So, I'm going to do that. I just thought I might, I'm going to pause a moment, decap my bottle and then decant it. Well, I didn't film that, but it went with quite a poop, with quite a bang. Anyway, so it's still lively. Anyway, so I'm just going to decant it because I don't want the yeast out at the bottom. So here she goes. So nice steady hand. Oh, it's very lively. Yeah, so it's a nice excuse to finish off some of the last year's stouts. I might be making a new batch when I can. Not too sure when that will be. So I don't really need all of this for the recipe. So as long as I've got enough, I'm not going to worry too much about getting every last bit. So just taking it nice and slowly, get off what I can without overfilling the glass with the frothy bit. And then the breadcrumbs were made in the new desiccator, so that they turned out really well. So I'm very pleased with those. So there's another good use for the desiccator, making homemade breadcrumbs. So we'll definitely be doing that again. So quite often we don't get through all of the bread. Right, that's quite full now, so I'd normally take off a bit more than that. It's a bit of yeast in the bottom, but it's best to get it clean without any yeast, even if it means losing a bit. So yeah, okay. So that's on the way, and then so it's really just a question of the eggs. You just beat up a bit until they're a bit light and fluffy, but it really is just otherwise lob everything in, mix it all together, pop it in a greased basin, and away she'll go. So it really is so straightforward. Yeah, and I think not as sickly sweet as the shop ones as well. So anyway, that's my plan. I will crack on and I'll come back to you shortly. Rightio, so no more explosions, pleased to say. Okay, so we've got so far the cherries, the almonds, the mixed peel, all in there, and then I still need to add the fruit, the syrup, do the breadcrumbs, then I've got some spices, and then the wet ingredients will go in last. So yeah, okay, so just thought I'd show you that before we do the next bit. In comes Mr. T. Hello.
my top button's undone. I was just having a can of lager. Oh, that's a bit rich, isn't it?
I did only 2/3, so I wouldn't have too much. It seems like a lot, but anyway.
Yeah. What are you drinking, Sandra?
Just to go in here.
Oh,
so,
okay.
so I've been bashing the...
Pull me pants up, love. There we go, put my braces on. Oh!
So I've been bashing up the breadcrumbs with the rolling pins. It's just quick and easy. I put in the cinnamon, I put in fresh grated nutmeg. Got to beat up the 4 eggs, get the alcohol in, give it a good stir. And I think we'll do it old school, put it somewhere cool to let all the flavours absorb into the fruit before we boil it up tomorrow. So that's my plan. So just to mix together the last bit. So yes, the eggs just need to be beaten till they're a bit frothy. Put everything together, good stir, cover it, and then we'll let it imbibe until tomorrow. Hello, right, okay. Let's go that way. That's better. Okay, so that was it. It really is, honestly, pretty much that simple in this case. So it was correct. This recipe has no flour and no sugar, just the breadcrumbs or the fruit, the peel and cherries and spices and seasoning and everything, and the alcohol. And the 4 eggs, and that's it. So it's all in there. And yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to leave all that overnight, let all the flavours soak in. I'll put it somewhere cool overnight and then get them boiling in the dishes tomorrow. So we've got a steaming apparatus, so I can pop them in there. By the amount of mix, I made a small amount thinking to only make 1 pudding, but judging by the amount of mix and the size of my bowls, I think I'm going to end up with 2 puddings, but you can't have too much homemade Christmas pudding, I don't think. Fabulous. Right, so that's it for now. I might just pause. It's not relating to the cooking at all, but one thing I did notice, we were in the garden earlier on, myself and Neil, and I realised that we haven't spoke about it, but some people may remember leading up to autumn into winter, I did spend quite a lot of time shoring up the greenhouse. So the glass is fine, some bits are a little bit damaged, but I was putting in fresh putty, putting in fresh nails and trying to shore things up a bit so it'll hold up over winter. And I know we didn't get the worst of the storm the other week, but it was still a significant storm, Storm Dara. And the greenhouse is fine, it's held up really well, so I'm pleased about that. I did pick up some really nice Shetland wool from a couple of weeks ago now. I've been starting to work that into a new hat. I don't think I've shared that yet. I've just been, yeah, with my new job and everything, it's all been hectic. So I might just, I think I'm going to just pause the camera and I'll go and get my latest bit of Naalbinding work and see what you think. I think it's really lovely wool this time. So I'm quite enjoying working with that. Back in a mo. Okay, so yeah, I'm back again. So we've got the, so this is the wool. So it's hand-dyed, hand-spun Shetland wool. Some really lovely colours in there. And it's a really lovely soft texture. And this is the start of my new hat. So it's a little bit different from some I've done before. And got my little marker in just so I know where I'm up to on the circle. So obviously it's not a hat yet, but it's coming along. It's a really lovely texture. There's quite pretty colours in there. Anyway, so that's what I'm working on at the moment, as and when I get a little bit of spare time. And as I say, we're into the festive season now, as you probably gathered. So I'm really, really happy to be getting quite a long break over Christmas before I go back into my new job. And then I think it's about 7 weeks, and then it'll be half-term week, and then it'll be getting into spring. It's been very dark recently. I'm sure you've all noticed. Really dark. Yeah, so I know it's the same every year, but it doesn't get any easier, does it? So, anyway, the end's in sight. I think it's actually round about winter solstice. Anyway, yeah, so exciting. Right, anyway, so that's where I'm up to at the moment. And yeah, so and then at the weekend will be the church carol service. So I'll be doing some ringing for that and then taking part in the service. So that'll be lovely. Yeah, and no alarm clock for a while. That's going to be so nice. I'm not a morning person. I do what I need to do, but I'm not a morning person. How about you guys? Are you morning people or are you not morning people? I kind of wish I was, but I never have been. Morning's not my best time. But we do what we need to do, don't we? All right, okay. Take care, everyone. And I'll say bye for now. And then there'll probably be a bit more before there's enough for the next Sandra Makes vlog. Speak soon. So we're back again. So it's now the next day and I'm going to continue with my Christmas pudding prep. So I've got what seems like perhaps a bit more mix than I thought I would get. That's looking very nice and smelling good. And I've just buttered my 2 dishes and I've got a pan on the go. I'll just quickly show you. So I've put that on a low heat and then there's a steamer in the bottom. So I've put in quite a lot of water because I'm going to boil this for, well, it said 6 hours, but I think the dishes aren't that big, so probably 4 hours I think will be enough. I'll check it. And then, yeah, so you get through, the water just slowly evaporates. So I will keep checking it, although I do have to nip out and ring some bells in a couple of hours as well, but going to get started. The sun's just setting in the distance. The days are very short at the moment and we're so looking much forward to longer days returning. Oh. Winter. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the mix. So I'm going to give it a good stir. It's quite a solid mix at the moment. And then, so I'm going to give it all a good stir and then put it into my 2 dishes and then top with greaseproof paper and then foil. Tie it all with string and put them into steam. So that's the plan. And yeah, smelling good so far. Can't beat a bit of homemade Christmas pud. So that's what I'm up to at the moment. And then, yeah, then there'll be off out bell ringing in a couple of hours for the carol service. So I'm also taking part in the carol service as well. So I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be over at All Saints in Croft. Super duper. Right, I'm going to pause there and just do some stirring. Cooking sort of stirring. All right, speak soon. Back in a moment. All right. Okay, so that all went fine. Pleased to say everything fitted in my 2 bowls, so that went to plan. So look at that. So I've got 2 lovely bowls of all fruit, nuts, candied peel, cherries, everything, and a little bit of alcohol in there, honestly, the breadcrumbs and everything, and the eggs. So it's all mixed in, firmed it down a little bit. So I'm just going to cover with my greaseproof paper and then foil on the top, and I even managed to find the string. You know, when you move house and in your old house you knew where everything was, and then there's always like, I know where the string used to be. Anyway, I found the string, so it's all good. So yeah, so I'm just going to get those covered up and then get the first one popped in the pan to start cooking. I haven't got a second steamer, so I'll have to be, I think, one at a time. Unless I might do the other one in a big pan. I'll decide shortly. Right, so that's all good to get covered and get ready to start cooking. Exciting. So almost there. So I had a bit of a battle with the string on those, but anyway, so they're all cut to size, covered and tied with string, and then just put some foil to size to pop on top, and then they're ready to start cooking. So that's it. So it's just time now, as with all, I would say, worthwhile cooking always takes time. Anyway, so we've got one in the steamer and one just in a regular pan. So just getting the water hot, and then yeah, just time. So just once the water's hot, I'll turn them back down low, at least 4 hours, and then check them. So yeah, because I've got 6 hours, but that was for 2 pint pudding and 1 pint, and I must have less than that because I did enough for 1.5 and 3/4 or something like that. Anyway, so the cooking time should be a bit less as well. That's my theory anyway. Right, okay, so yeah, so there's not much to see now. Just leave those to simmer. Great, okay, so I'm going to give you a mushroom update as well. I know Niels mentioned it a little bit, but anyway, so I'm just going to say a bit more about it. So I've never actually tried to grow mushrooms before. It's not a product review or anything, it's just something that we wanted to do. And the kit came from SR Mushroom, Grow Your Mushrooms, and it was the, what we keep just calling the pink mushrooms. It's clearly some sort of oyster mushroom. Don't know exactly, and I've not kept the details, unfortunately. But anyway, so it's been really fun. A long time in the making and the forming, as it were, but actually quite good fun. Just quite a long, slow process. But anyway, after all that waiting, look at these beauties. Just look at the size of them. So just there's my hand for comparison. I can't believe how big they've got, and there are still some more forming as well. So there's still some more peeping out and growing. Looking pretty good. So definitely seems to be a bit of a trick of so you need to keep them moist, and then once they do start to form, you need to cut the bag so that they've got room to grow and expand. Anyway, so I'm going to do a bit more chopping shortly. Yeah, so anyway, definitely would say that's a success. Tried the first little bit with my tea last night. They're quite sort of a pleasant taste, quite strong compared to shop mushrooms, and then more like a chewy texture, but not unpleasant. Yeah, so my first ever growing mushrooms, there you go. So, but yeah, generally astonished how well they've done in the end. So after a somewhat neglected start, very, very pleased with the results there. So I think definitely something that I'd try again. So if you want to do something a little bit different, or if you want a little bit of a different present for someone that likes growing and cooking and things, give it a go. So not really got anything to lose, have you? So fab. Okie doke. Right, I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to get ready to go out soon. And hope you're all keeping well. Yeah, winter. Winter, anyway. But I hope you're all doing okay. stay well and stay safe, and see you in the near future. Good morning. So you probably won't see this until after Christmas. I'm just putting together a few bits and bobs. I've been quite busy, so I've not had enough for a full Sandra makes, but there will be probably shortly after Christmas. So anyway, so I've made a few more gingerbread men. And that's just, anyway, so yeah, most of them are wrapped up for presents. I've not yet had time to make mince pies, which I'm very sad about, but hopefully soon. And we did do decorating of the Christmas cake with little bits and bobs from the garden. But then Neil found these older Christmas decorations. So, so by special request, I'm going to take off my garden bits and add on the new bits and see how that looks. So I thought I'd share that with you. Right, better crack on. Rightio, so hope Neil likes it. I quite like the garden version. I quite like this version too, to be fair. But there it is. So there wasn't room for everything, clearly. So we've got a little church with a bell ring and tower. We've got some trees, post box and a robin, little deer, another little robin with a house, Father Christmas with his snow skis, and we've kept the original reindeer and Father Christmas that was in the middle on another little tree. So anyway, hope you like it. I think it's quite pretty anyway. So another job ticked off, and I've got a few more to do, so I better crack on. It's nearly time to get tea ready as well. Oh yeah, days are so short, aren't they? Whiz by at this time of year, don't they, the days? The nights are long though. Right, hope you're all doing okay, and I will speak very soon, because I haven't got enough yet for the next Sandra Makes. Work in progress. All right, ta-ra for now, and I'll see you shortly. So just brought Rasha out for a little Christmas season walk before tea. And it's always a bit of a will she won't she want to walk anywhere. I think we're having a not too keen day today. So she's normally a very happy little dog, but right now I think she says, I'd rather go back home, Mum. What are you doing? Not this way. Mum. Rasha. What are you doing, Mum? Let's go. They're funny, our little furry friends, aren't they? They do make me laugh. Bless her. Right, I guess we better get back, because we need to sort tea soon anyway. Right, I hope you're having a good festive period, whatever you're doing. I'm just like, wow, it's just hard not to reflect on the last year or more in our lives. There's just been so much going on. It's just, wow, anyway. But we do really love it here. It will be fine. This is just getting into the routine of this new way of life. Who'd have thought? But yeah, a good sort of change, I think, overall. Right, Rasha says, what are you doing? Let's go. So that's a wrap for now. See you shortly. Requested, could I do it with no shadows today? Right, anyway, I just want to round off this Sandra Make. So as you will have seen, it still had quite a Christmassy theme. I got a little bit behind because of obviously back working, and then obviously it was really busy over Christmas. So, but anyway, you can always start making your Christmas pud early for next year if you so wish. They can keep a long time if you want to. Anyway, and then a few of you saw us make and then decorate the Christmas cake. So definitely been enjoying that with family and friends over Christmas. It was a big cake, so there's still quite a bit left. And all I can say is, yeah, very pleased with that. The texture's good, the flavour's good. And I'll definitely be making that recipe again at some point. And hope you enjoyed us sharing that. And then going forwards, the next Sandra makes should be about a week after this one. And I'm getting into more detail on the Saxon Naalbinding that I've been doing with the little wooden needle and that knotting technique. So I'm going to show in a little bit more detail how that's done. It's very traditional, very, very, very old method that I learned from a Saxon reenactment lady in Norfolk called Jackie. And yeah, so quite enjoying working with that. So yeah, I'll show you a little bit more of that. I showed a little bit of that during this video. We'll go into a lot more detail on that in the next video, and then maybe a few other things. So look forward to that, I hope. And I'll say goodbye for now and speak to you all soon. Have a good start to 2025. Bye for now.